There are only 24 hours each day. It is not enough for us to do everything we want in such a short time, especially live in the busy city like Hong Kong. Many people try to use multitasking as a method to finish the task as much as they can. So, what is multitasking? Multitasking in brain is an apparent human ability to perform more than one task or activity over a short period of time, such as people like using computer while listening to music or paying their phone while having meal. We can see that multitasking become a common trend that almost every one of us will do. But can people work in high efficiency when they perform more than one task at the same time or causing more errors due to insufficient attention? It's worth to know more about the effects of multitasking on humans. So we would like to discuss this topic in detail. In order to see whether multitasking is effective or not, we would like to do an experiment with two tasks to see the results. Also with some data analysis, evidence, and research from other authorities to explain the principles behind.
To simulate multitasking in daily life, simple calculation is chosen to test thinking speed on multitasking. 10 volunteers are required to finish 60 questions with music and another 60 questions without music. After that, we will count the time used as well as correct answers. The second task tests memorizing efficiency on multitasking. Volunteers are given about 4 minutes to memorize and spell 15 vocabulary with music and another 15 without music. We will count the number of correctly spelled vocabulary.
I think listening to music do not have much impact on my mathematics text because I'm concentrated on the calculating, so I think it's not distracted much. But in reminding the words, because I need to concentrate on the words and spell it, and the music may distract me very easily, so I think the music have much more impact on the English test than my mathematics test.
I think there are lots of impacts when listening to music because I'm not concentrated enough, and I think without music I can do better.
I don't think music will affect my performance because I usually listen to music when I'm doing different work.
I'm more concentrated when I'm not listening to music. In contrast, I feel distracted when I'm listening to music.
When I listen to music, I feel I'm not concentrated and I'm not listening to music.
Seems quite a lot of volunteers think that working with music is distractive. So let's see whether multitasking affects our working efficiency and the principle behind. In terms of the time used, 20% of volunteers used the same period of time to finish the task, and only 10% of them used less time to do it with music, while 70% of them used more time to finish it with music more than that without music. For the score in calculation task, 60% of volunteers performed worse in the task with music than that without music. So we can conclude that, generally, the thinking speed as well as accuracy of multitasking is lowered. In terms of the number of words recited, only 10% of volunteers performed better when they were listening to music, and 30% of them had the same performance, while most of them recited less words correctly when they were listening to music. From the above result, we can conclude that the memorizing efficiency in multitasking is worse than performing a single task.
Whenever you need to pay attention, an area toward the front of the brain called the prefrontal cortex springs to action. This area, which spans the left and right sides of the brain, is part of the brain's motivational system. It helps to focus your attention on a goal and coordinates messages with other brain systems to carry out the task. while the right and left sides of the prefrontal cortex work together when focused on a single task. The sides work independently when people attempt to perform two tasks at once. However, our brain can't multitask at all. If we perform more than one task at the same time, it doesn't mean that our brain focuses on all these activities at the same time. Instead, multitasking splits the brain. It creates something researchers have called spotlights. So all your brain is doing is trying to frantically switch between different tasks. People who multitask a lot are in fact a lot worse at filtering irrelevant information and also perform significantly worse at switching between tasks compared to single taskers. A new brain imaging study led by neuroscientists at the University of New Hampshire found that training improves multitasking performance. However, several studies such as study of Stanford University and University of London still show that multitasking is, on average, inefficient. Therefore, avoid multitasking and try to focus on the task one by one. To avoid multitask too much, we can divide our tasks in urgent, not urgent, important, and not important. For important and urgent tasks, we should do it immediately. For tasks that are important but not urgent, we can plan them first. For tasks that are urgent but not important at all, delegate them. At last, we can drop tasks that are not urgent and also not important.